1933 through 1940, he was responsible for the growth of the Drake Relays, now one of the premier track and field meets in the USA. Johnson was relentless in his pursuit of helping athletes. One of his best, Lynn Filson, recently recalled Pitch's dedication to the sport. Pitch always kept a couple of hurdles at his home in his backyard, remembered Filson. He kept in shape by running over them frequently, and even after he was at Stanford, he kept a couple of hurdles in his orange grove to just use for keeping in shape in his later years. Johnson passed away in 1967 at the age of 66. Johnson coached Drake teams, won 10 conference titles, 6 indoors and 4 outdoors, and more than 30 of his athletes won individual conference titles. In the first 2 years of the National Cross Country Championship, in 1938 and 1939, Johnson's teams finished 3rd and 4th. After a brilliant coaching career at Drake, Johnson finished at Stanford as the head coach from 1940 through 1943. He was a true pioneer in the two sports. Franklin Pitch Johnson, Sr. of Stanford and Drake, from the class of 2009.
On and to do it in the company of these other fine coaches, all of you, and the previous winners of this award. I just want to say 2 or 3 things. His status as an Olympic athlete, he ran in the Chariots of Fire Olympics, I might add. There are some characteristics that were wonderful because they're far beyond coaching. There's some things he believed in. He believed in fair play. He certainly believed in winning, and he emphasized that plenty. You win with fair play, and you're a good sport, win or lose. Those are extremely important matters. They carry through to people's lives, and he's a wonderful father, instilling that, I hope. And of course, I failed sometimes, but mostly I've kept those ideals. Now, another thing that was important to Dad was the idea of being being dedicated, had great desire, something we can call zeal. He often spoke, by the way, of how much he loved the people that run, jump, and throw things, as he often put it. His personal devotion, which is I'm sure characteristic, by the way, of these other fine coaches tonight, was a personal dedication, personal involvement with the young men in his day, and young men and women now, who are on our teams. But the idea of zeal, that you can take all the training you want, and this applies to academics as well as to athletics. You can train, you can be great, but until you have that little extra quality you call zeal, you really can't succeed as well as you could. So at the risk of being overdramatic, and taking some lines from the movie Chariots of Fire, which was the underlying, some lines from that movie, from that hymn that was sung, let me just give the closing stanzas from the poem Jerusalem, which I used in the class I taught to send business school students off, I hoped, with some zeal. And that representation of zeal was, give me my bow of burning gold, give me my arrows of desire, give me my spiral clouds unfold, give me my chariot of fire. And that is what I have to thank my dad for.